guys, and welcome back to another brand new video for you today. I'm super excited because it's been kind of a crazy week. Not really super crazy in it. I mean, we had 4th of July, which was amazing. Probably one of the best 4th of Julys I've had in a while. Mainly because I saw a certain movie named Spider-Man Far From Home, and it was like super exciting, and it worked out perfectly because of course the day of 4th of July we had rainy, gloomy weather in the morning, so and we saw like a 12 o'clock showing for it, so like that made it perfect, and like everyone was at the theater where I was at because it was raining, so why not go to the movies? So anyway, that being said, I'm gonna be reviewing Spider-Man Far From Home for you today, and I hope y'all enjoy and get something out of this. I don't know. But also, another fun thing at the theater, so we went to an IMAX showing because AMC is weird sometimes. Like, it'll only show certain showings online for like just certain types of like shows. Like IMAX, we could only find IMAX at the place we were going to, so that was really kind of weird. It was fine. IMAX is just expansive, so we don't really go to IMAX very much, but I mean, it's cool, you know, it's big screen, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just a little bit more expensive than I would like to pay, but I didn't pay for it, my brother did, which thank you Tanner for doing that. But they were handing out these little figurines. Isn't that like the coolest thing? I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, see, he's like Spider-Man. So that was cool. We got a little toy out of it, which just made it that much better. Oops. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we can get into talking about it because you guys don't care about hearing about my long week. It was just a crazier week than normal, because we just had a lot going on, which was fine. I like having busy weeks. Just to get going and doing stuff, which that was fun. Anyway, I'm rambling, and I will stop that. I'm gonna try to be better about not rambling anymore, because yeah, I know that's not enjoyable for me or for other people watching. See, I'm doing it again. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be reviewing Spider-Man Far From Home for you, and I'm gonna say like first impressions, and there will be spoilers in this. Just FYI, there will be spoilers in this, so I'm going to give a quick rundown of just my first impressions of the movie, and then I'm going to be getting into spoilers in the next few minutes here. But my overall impressions with, like, 5 thumbs up for me. This was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. No, it's not nearly as great as the first one, Spider-Man Homecoming. I still highly enjoyed that one more, just because at the beginning, I would say the first half of this movie, I was kind of iffy about. I was like, it's fine. It's not like amazing, and I'm not really into it like I'd like to be. It just seems kind of like a high school drama, kind of like, what are we doing here? Why am I watching this? Is there a point to this? And I think it probably didn't help because it's like the first movie after Endgame, and so it's like you have that monstrosity of a film where it was like amazing and epic, and then you have this one which is smaller scale, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But I think because it is the first one right after Endgame, and if y'all know, spoiler alert, Tony dies in Endgame, so that kind of made this a little bit bittersweet. And I will say, there were moments in this film that I almost wanted to tear up because I'm still recovering from Tony's death, okay? I'm still recovering. Like, you think I'm like over it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then, like, you're thrown into a scene where they're talking about his death, and you're just like, I'm gonna hold it together here, because if I don't, it's not gonna be good, and I'm gonna freak out, and it's just, no. Self-composure. That's what I'm learning. But anyway, yeah, so, like, this was a great film. Highly recommend it. But it's not in, like, my top 5 favorite Marvel films of all time. It'd probably be number 10 for me. It'd probably be in top 10, but not like top 5 for me. But like still really enjoyable. Jake Gyllenhaal's character was actually surprisingly really good. But here's the thing with this. Okay, so we get into this. I'm going to be getting the spoilers here, so cut it off now if you don't want to know spoilers. It was great. There you go. Spoiler territory now. So it was getting into it, and I loved the beginning of it where they're kind of explaining what happened during that time of the blip or the snap. So it's kind of like explaining that some people went and they came back the same age, and then other people didn't go, and they're like in their senior year of high school, and they're all buffed up and just changed, which I thought was funny. And especially when they're showing people show up like 5 years later, I thought that was hilarious. And so yeah, we kind of see where they're all at. There were some things I'm kind of bummed. I don't know why Marvel keeps starting to do this. It's like a new thing to do, but they put things in the trailers that they don't show in the movie. So that kind of made me a little like, seriously? Like, come on, stop that. Like, you're showing a whole scene in the trailer and then that's not in the movie. Like, false advertising, clickbait. But anyway, I can live through it. So that all happened, and we're trying to see, what's going on with Peter as he's adapting to this new role, and we kind of see, like, he's just kind of done, well, not done, but, like, kind of like in Spider-Man 2 almost, where, Tobey Maguire, he was like, I'm done, I don't want to be Spider-Man anymore, like, I'm hanging up the suit. It was kind of like that in a little bit of a sense, because, Peter, he just was like, I just need a break. I don't want, and you know what? Sometimes our heroes do need a break. You just need to just take a vacation. But sometimes that doesn't work out because danger always seems to follow them everywhere, because if it didn't, it would not be an interesting story. The action was great in this film, by the way. Sorry, that's a little bit of a sidestepping for what I'm talking about. But yeah, the action was great. I really enjoyed all the action fight scenes, and I'll get into more of that later. So we're seeing how he's adapting to everything going on, and he's really just like, he's missing Tony. He's like, I don't really know what to do. And I just love how they have, Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man by far. I like Andrew Garfield, but like, just the whole story, it's just new and it's fresh to get it from a kid's standpoint of just how it kind of works in a kid's mind. I love that, because it's like a kid, you look up to all these big role models and superheroes, and you're trying to think like, I want to be like them, I want to make good choices, and I want to do the right thing, but yet it's kind of like crazy, you don't really know what the right thing is to do, so you're kind of acting impulsively and then regretting it later. I kind of like that we're getting that with Tom Holland, and I especially like now that I think Kevin Feige said that they're wanting to do like a whole like 7 film arc with him. I don't know if that's true. I've just heard that been throwing around in the movieverse. I'm not sure. I love that. I think that would be so cool. And just to see him grow up and how he's matured, I just think that would be really, really cool. So yeah, we're seeing him and he just wants to go on vacation. So at the beginning I was kind of like, here's the thing that kind of just doesn't make sense to me, because like in the first film he didn't like have any interest in MJ, and in this film all of a sudden he does. So I get it, it's high school. One day you don't have feelings for someone, and then the next day you're like, I'm in love with them kind of thing, which high school. It's a lot of that cruddy stuff that goes on, but yeah, so that I was a little bit like, I don't buy it really. And then we're seeing them going to Europe and stuff. Was it Venice, Italy that they went to first? I can't remember. So that was fun. It was fun to watch them do all that. This Peter Tingle, I like that. That's gonna be my new catchphrase. Like, oh, do you have a Peter Tingle? That was really good. I enjoyed all that. So we're seeing all these things go on, and then all of a sudden these elemental creatures get there, and they're like wreaking havoc on the city, and Nick Fury is calling in Peter for his help, and Peter's like, I don't want to help, like, what are you doing? And then Nick Fury just kind of like, sabotages his vacation. And the whole glasses thing with Tony Stark, I thought that was good, and I just thought, the glasses did look a little ridiculous on him, but I'm like, yeah, they're totally building up Peter Parker to take over the Iron Man mantle, which I'm fine with, because it works. It's good storytelling, and it definitely works. That's the whole mentor thing, and it's just really good. And then we see Jake Gyllenhaal's character get introduced, which at first, at the beginning, all these things are going on, I'm like, something's not right here. Like, he seems too nice to be, like, just this random dude, and, like, he kind of had a family that, like, had died, but yet I was like, I don't buy this. There's just something off, and I thought it was me at first, because I was like, there was rumors about him being, like, the villain, but I was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe they're throwing a fast one on us, and he's not going to be the villain. So that's kind of what my thought process was during the whole film. And then, like, all of a sudden we see that they're fighting this fireball beast and stuff, and then that gets all done, and it's, like, kind of over, and they're like, okay, you can go back to your vacation. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Because I will admit, when we were first hearing about, like, the elemental creatures and, like, they want to bring death and destruction to the world, I'm like, we've seen that so many times. We've seen that trope being pulled so many times in these superhero films. I just get sick of it, because I'm just like, not everything has to be about the destruction of the world, like, or taking over the world. Like, come on. Like, you know, like, yes, you could argue Thanos was like that, but at the same time, he was awesome, and there was a twist to it. So it's like, I don't mind it if the storytelling's awesome, but, you know, I was just exhausted with it. I was like, okay, we just got another villain thing here that we gotta take down. But then, as time has gone on, you know, Peter, again, with the good storytelling with his character, with the whole glasses, he's like, oh, I need to pick someone to be Iron Man. Here you go. This dude that I don't really know. Here's the glasses. And I'm just like, Peter? What you doing? This just seems a little weird. I'm like, I don't buy this. I said something's not clicking here for me, because it just seemed all kind of fake and artificial to me, which, I mean, ended up being great storytelling. So the first half of the film, I was not buying it. I was not into it. I was like, this is just, like, okay. But then the twist in terms of, like, midway through the film, where we find out that this guy is a fraud and he's using illusions, which do cause, like, destruction and stuff like that, but it's not real. I thought that was really, really cool. I was like, okay, this is cool. I buy this. This is new. This is fresh. I kind of like bringing in the whole, like, virtual reality thing almost. And then we find out that there were some times that I thought Jake Gyllenhaal maybe, like, it almost kind of seemed like stagey, like Broadway showy how he acted, which I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I love him as an actor, but sometimes that was kind of how the character came across to me, which I know Jake Gyllenhaal has done, like, plays and stuff like that, I think, so that would kind of make sense, but that was the only thing with this character that I felt was a little off at times. But yeah, all that being said, you know, we find out, oh, it's all fake, and then they bring in these characters from previous films, how they were all involved with Stark Industries and everything. I thought that was cool, and I was like, nice twist there, and it kind of brings in Iron Man while not having Iron Man there, and then, you know, the MJ thing, and I'm still iffy about her. Like, I like her, but I'm still, like, I'm not buying their relationship almost. This just seems a little too, and then the kiss, I'm just like, stop it. It's a little gross to me. And you would think that's fine. I think it's just because it's like, it just seems a little forced to me. It doesn't seem really believable, and it's probably because it is high school. I don't know. So that's probably why it is. So then Peter, you know, long story short, he figures out everything that's going on with, Quentin Beck, is that what his name was, or something Beck, Mysterio, and he figures that all out, and let's see, what happened okay, so yeah, he figures that all out, and then Beck is, like, after him. Mysterio is like, okay, you're gonna, like, ruin everything, so now I have to kill you, you idiot, to do all this. And when Spider-Man is really starting to get good, when Spider-Man, Peter Parker, went to Nick Fury and is, like, trying to tell him all this, and, like, I gotta be honest, like, when all that was going on and Mysterio was actually there, I'm like, I don't know what to believe. As a movie-going audience, like, what do we believe? Is this real? Is this going on in a building? Is this going on in like a parking garage? Like, where is this going on at? But it was in a good way. And so, because like at the point I was like, I don't know what to believe. But I love it though, because we're starting to see Peter Parker's abilities shine through that much more, like him growing into his abilities, which is one thing that I've missed, because I feel like it's been mostly suit, not him. That's been one of my gripes with these Spider-Man films. It just doesn't seem like he's really had the abilities. It's more been his suit. But it was really cool, and I love that they brought in the whole like illusion thing, and especially, I'm gonna jump cut to the end here, especially towards the end, where he's fighting Mysterio, and he has all this illusion stuff going on, and he's like, come on, Peter Tingle, you know, like, it was just, it was so good. That was such a cool fight scene. Definitely top 5 favorite fight scenes of all Marvel films. Obviously, Endgame, the final battle, is still my favorite, but that is definitely in my top 5. Like, that was really cool. It was fresh, it was new, and it was just so good. And I like the whole Happy Hogan and Peter Parker, like, their chemistry and their relationship. It's almost kind of like, you know, Happy is kind of taking over for him in a little bit of a way, like a father figure, a little bit just like a mentor guy to kind of just help him through. The Aunt May thing, I gotta be honest, I'm still not a fan of Aunt May. I just don't like how they've told her character, portrayed her character. There's just something about her I just don't like. I guess it's just because I like the sweet Aunt May that we've always gotten, and so this is like, she just seems kind of like, hey, I'm cool, and I can make jokes that don't land. Like, it just doesn't work for me. But yeah, so all that being said, I'm going over my time span here. There's just so much to talk about in this movie that I loved. So yeah, I loved all that. The culmination of this film was great. And like, all that being said, I'm jumping all over the place here. So far, Mysterio's character I thought was great. I thought definitely he was as good as Vulture. I still don't know if I like Vulture more or if I like Mysterio more. I feel like they're kind of equal as far as I like Vulture because of the way they told his character, and he's kind of like an anti-hero almost, whereas Mysterio is definitely just a villain. But I don't feel like he's dead. I don't know. Like, he probably is, but like, I don't know if he's really dead. It could be another illusion. Yeah. So I'm interested to see all that. But the end credits scene, I was like, oh snap! Like, what even in the world? So I kind of like it, but at the same time, I don't want them to do it like. I feel like it's a good parallel to where, like, Iron Man, whereas the ending where he came out and publicly said, I'm Iron Man, and then this one, Peter Parker's identity just gets thrown out there by Mysterio, and so it'll be interesting to see how he handles that in the next film or going forward. I just hope they don't do it where it's like, oh, everybody knows he is Peter Parker now, and stuff. I don't want them to do that. I would like them to see them do something a little bit different with it, and just to kind of like, I'm not sure, but I hope they don't go the route that everyone typically goes. It's like, well, yes, I am. Everybody knows my identity now, kind of thing. So I just hope they don't do that. I want to see something new with it, and I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with it. But that was totally, I was not expecting that. And they got, I think his name is J.K. Simmons. I think that's his name. Please tell me in the comments below if it's not. But they got him back from the previous Sam Raimi Spider-Man. It was so good. I'm like, oh, that's good. Please let him be a series long character now. Like, that would be great. And so I'm still waiting for Tobey Maguire to come in and say pizza time, because yeah, I love the pizza time quote. Me and my brothers use that all the time. We're like, it's pizza time. But anyway, guys, that's what I thought. Those are my overall thoughts of this film. I loved it. I thought it was great. Highly recommend. It threw me for a loop, and it highly, I don't know. It thoroughly surprised me, and I enjoyed myself with it. So let me know what you thought of this movie down below. Please leave a like and subscribe. I was going to say comment, but I already told you to comment. So please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.